Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chai With Us podcast. This is episode number 48. I am Erica, the personal developer.
And I'm Ivana from Uncle Isabel.
Oh, sorry. And today we are going to talk about dreams and life purpose. What's the difference? Are they the same? How do we feel about it? And etc.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't know. This topic for me is very interesting because there is kind of a difference between a dream that you have and then a life purpose. And I think that sometimes we mess up the meaning of things. And we kind of think that, our life purpose is our job. And, that your dreams come attached to a job and stuff like that. So I think we got all these meanings very messed up. And instead of just living life, we go in the pursuit of things that, don't even match what we're feeling. Like, what is the difference that you think that exists between like your dreams and your life purpose?
I think a dream is something that you want to have or want to accomplish.
Yeah.
And your life purpose is something that you kind of find out at the end of your life. I want to say, like, I don't know that you find out what your life purpose is now. It's like all these, like at the end of your life, like looking back, it all makes sense because each thing led you to the next thing, and then you discover what you were doing. And so, to me, a life purpose is not necessarily your job. It can be something completely different than what you're doing from your job.
Yeah, and don't you think that I think that we all have a life purpose somehow. Well, actually, I have several opinions. So first of all, I always say that I have two purposes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a general purpose, which is like to be happy. It doesn't matter what I do. Like my purpose in life is to be happy. And I think that everyone's purpose is to be happy, right? Because we're here. There is a reason. It's not to suffer. So I think that the purpose is to just be happy. And it doesn't matter what we're doing. And then I also think that the life purpose, at least for me, is a purpose of service.
Yes.
And I really think that I am here to help other people throughout my experience and everything that I have learned. And the point that I was going to make is that how fun it is that since we were children, we have been tiptoeing on our life purpose. Because I remember as a small kid being like the kid that people come, for comfort or for help. Like I was always like that every time, and I remember teachers telling me that I should be a diplomat or something like that because I always saw the two sides of the story. And, people in general just thought that I was like a fair person. And this is very interesting because I think I kind of lost a little bit of my life purpose for a lot of years, but I was just suffering, working on myself, I lost track of my purpose. But then when I got it back, I look at my childhood and I look at my teenage years and I'm like, this makes total sense. It's just what I've done my entire life. So it's almost obvious, even though I was ignoring it for a good 10 years probably.
I would say again, it's so funny how similar we are. And I love that you break it up and you say you have two life purposes. I've never looked at it that way, but I agree with you. I think I would just change that. Instead of being happy, my first life purpose would be to be at peace, like just completely at peace with whatever is happening to me, whether with my family or with the job or with the government or the country I'm living in, but just to be at peace with what's happening.
Like it.
And I would say that my second one is also to be of service. Just like you, when I was younger, people would call me. The phone was always ringing at my house because people were calling for advice on some issue. So I think naturally we both counsel people all our lives and didn't even know it.
Right, exactly.
And I realized how much I loved it when I was at Amas Ashram in India, because people used to come to me with different questions and different, different stories about what is happening to them.
Yeah.
And they would come and like tell me their story and then ask me for advice, and I would just like they would just seek me out. It was so natural, like I was just sitting there having my coffee, minding my own business, journaling, writing in my book, and they
Yeah.
would just come and start talking out of nowhere and tell me like their deepest darkest secrets. I mean, some of the things I've heard are so like heart-wrenching about what has happened to some of these people and why they are there. But
Yes.
it's also amazing just to be able to sit there and listen to them and provide an ear and allow them to feel at ease and to release a little bit of their suffering. So I think one of my main life purposes is to have to make other people feel accepted for who they really
Mm-hmm.
are,
Mm-hmm.
and to make them feel relieved of a problem that they're carrying or a burden that they're carrying, and to feel at ease, which is again back to my first life purpose, is to be at ease and
Yeah.
comfortable with myself.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love everything you said. And it's just like, and I love the fact that you said like that you would like to be at peace, because it's, if I'm talking about a life goal, it's to be at
Mm-hmm.
peace, you know. And we spoke about it when we were setting our goals for
Yes.
2021. And I totally feel it. And I think that we really miss the point when we stop enjoying life in order to live our life purpose, right?
Yes.
Because I mean, there are so many ways of living our life purpose that are not the, you know, the, I think it's hard, it's just hard to find a balance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been struggling a bit about with trying to change my work, and trying to change the job that I do, and just
Mm-hmm.
do work on my life purpose full time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard because it's a balance between, okay, I really want to do this, but at the same time I don't want to burn out,
Yes.
and I don't want to do it so much that it's not enjoyable anymore, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
um, so for example, I decided to keep yoga to myself.
Mm-hmm.
uh, I'm a yoga teacher. I love yoga. I am doing another training in yoga right now, but I take yoga as something so precious that
Mm-hmm.
my personal practice is going to be always most important than the
Mm-hmm.
rest, because I
Mm-hmm.
think it's like such a precious practice. And even though I think that my students always felt comfortable with me, and I think that I've provided very good classes, and
Mm-hmm.
but you know, but I'm always like, okay, listen, is that, do you really want to convert this into a job? I won't say I won't teach anymore. I want to teach, but it's like two
Mm-hmm.
classes a week. That's it, because I don't
Yeah.
want, you know, I want to serve in different ways. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, you know, online we there are so many messages telling you, you know, you have to fight until the end, you have to get it, you have to follow your dreams. And I mean, and I agree with all that. I do that.
Mm-hmm.
I do follow my dreams. But like sometimes we have to think about that, like to expense, to what to
Mm-hmm.
what extent, like where is the limit, you know, because maybe it will take you
Mm-hmm.
10 years to achieve your dream. So are you
Yeah.
going to spend those 10 years just uh, chasing that and do
Yeah.
not enjoying the rest of the other areas of your life? So what's the purpose of achieving your purpose eventually, um, if you have wasted? For me it's a waste. I don't know, some people say it's worth it.
Yeah.
I'm just talking,
Well,
you know,
that's
from
because you value
experience.
happiness and being at peace. And so if you're like constantly struggling and running after this goal, you're not maybe at peace with yourself, and maybe you're not happy while all that's happening. So it's like 10 years you've
Mm.
lost being unhappy.
Yeah, yeah, don't get me wrong, like I am a freaking, you know, I work full time as a primary school teacher while I'm coaching people, while I'm doing my trainings. But then I'm like, you know, weekend is sacred.
Yeah.
And I really try to enjoy it, and
Mm-hmm.
to enjoy the process, and don't be like, I don't know, sometimes we just want so many things and we forget about just the basic things of life,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And we also have this idea that the purpose should be something grandiose, like huge pop star thing. And
Yeah.
and I mean, let me tell you a story. It's very funny, very short story, but like I have achieved more with an Instagram account that has 50 people at the moment that I have ever achieved with, on Facebook with thousands of people.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean? Like
Yes.
sometimes we think so big scale that things have to explode, that things have to, and sometimes it's like, it's not that. And sometimes we don't even want that. We just heard that. Yeah. I was on this thing where I was like, I need a lot of followers so they can know me, so they can blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I just need to do things right. And I just need to let my message, get to people, to whoever may be interested on what I'm offering. And that's it. And it's like, do you need to be a huge speaker? Like, do you really need, aren't you in purpose if you are helping 3 people per month?
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
No,
I don't know if you have this
I agree
opinion.
with you. I think you're right with the beginning when you said that we've confused some of the definitions of what is a life purpose, a dream, and a job. And I think a lot of that has to do with society, because society makes you believe that you have to have this great job to be happy. And if you get that job, then you'll be happy. Or if you get that house, you buy that house and you have the family, then you'll be happy. And so if you follow that and you're not happy, then you're asking yourself, well, what is wrong? What am I doing wrong? When in fact, that those are the things that you don't need to be happy. Like I think when you start looking outside of yourself, that's when the problem starts to come. I think you need to be happy within yourself first. And I think that's why, like, I really, like, this year I prioritized self-care and self-love.
Yeah.
And I, like, it was never prioritizing those, but those things to me include meditation, yoga, affirmations, journaling, getting a good night's sleep, taking salt baths, reading like affirmation books, or reading, like, spiritual books, listening to mantra music, chanting mantras. Like I was doing those things, but I was just kind of like doing them haphazardly. Like I wasn't really like into it, I guess I would say, because I didn't prioritize my self-care. I didn't realize like how those things really affected me on the inside. And now that I've realized that, I'm really prioritizing them even more so. And I look forward to them. Like I don't look at it as like, oh, now I'm supposed to meditate. I really don't want to, but I'm just going to do it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's like the difference between doing what you know it's good for you, and doing what you are supposed to do. Like if that's not for you, if that's not your thing, well, you tried it. Well, and that's it. You just do whatever you feel like. There are so many different ways of doing things. And I don't know, we're so busy trying to be whatever people and society thinks that we should be. And it's so crazy. And I realized early on my journey that we are always chasing something. Like if you get to a point where you achieve something 6 months from now, you're going to move to the next thing. So when do you enjoy life? Like what's the purpose? To achieve. Like for me, at least, that's, if that floats your boat, if that's your, if that's where you find happiness, go ahead. But like, stop to enjoy and actually just enjoy simple things of life. If you achieve your purpose, but then your health just goes down because you didn't take care of yourself, well, there's no point.
That's so true. I think I just cannot stress this enough, how important it is to take care of your health and your inner peace, no matter what you're doing.
Yeah. I really just go back every time to this thing where we are here to do things. Well, that's true. We're here, we're having a human experience, and we should do things. But we are here also to experience everything, right? So if we go on, on robot mode, or, like this, first we miss a lot of opportunities because we're like blind. We're like, And oh, that face was just amazing to put on Instagram. So, um, first of all, we lose a lot of opportunities, and then it's not fun. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, life is not that serious.
Yes.
It is serious sometimes, but it's not that serious. It's not like we are not that special, you know. There are a lot of
Mm-hmm.
things going on in the universe. There are a lot of people on Earth, you know. Animals are doing their stuff, plants are doing that stuff. I sometimes think that we really think we are very special, and
Mm-hmm.
and we are special, but like we shouldn't take things so seriously. Just
I
like
agree.
enjoy the journey a little bit, you
Mm-hmm.
know. We're not that special. We are people, and it's like we're here to enjoy this beautiful life. And if we are
Yes.
just chasing, you know, this is my goal, let me chase, and then close my eyes to everything else that is going on
Mm-hmm.
around me, well, then,
Mm-hmm.
like, what life are you living in? You know, it's just a freaking bubble.
Yeah. I think it's important to look at kids because you can learn so much about how to live life just by looking at what kids are
Oh,
doing
yeah.
because they get excited about everything, about the colors of things, like everything is new to them. They're inquisitive, they want to learn about things. And have you ever seen a kid how excited they are about bubbles?
Oh,
Like
my God,
they get
please.
so excited over
Oh
bubbles.
my God. I am, I told you before, I've been painting myself all over. I told you before that I'm a primary school teacher. I think that by now
Mhm.
our audience knows that I'm also a primary school teacher. And today I was I was doing like a bean plant with year one.
Okay.
So with kids, 6-year-old kids. And I was like, I was like, do we have a cup? And they were like, yes. Do we have cotton? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, oh my God. It's so easy to make them smile.
Yes,
If
yes.
you do this with an adult, they will be like, what the hell are you talking about? Why are you laughing? Because you have a freaking
Yes.
cup? Like, congrats. And so it made me smile what you said
Mhm.
because I experience that every day. It's so
Yes.
freaking crazy how much like kids laugh for no
Yes.
reason, and we lost it, and we lost
Mhm.
our capacity, like our capability to just live. and
Mhm.
and for me, that's the main purpose. Like, I
Yes.
think you said it all, just to go back to being life happens, right? So we're
Yeah.
kind of traumatized, but it's good to remember sometimes, and to be a kid. Oh, I love what you said.
Mhm.
That was so beautiful.
Yeah. And I like what you said about like to live, to actually be alive and not to be on
Mm,
robot mode of like, oh, I just wake up in the morning, I go to my job, I come home, I
yeah,
watch TV and I go to sleep and that's how I live my life. And it's so sad to live a life like that because you're missing out so many things on this one beautiful earth. I mean, nature is amazing. If you can, I know you go hiking a lot and I go to the park a lot here.
yeah,
And it's so nice to be in tune with nature. And that's why I used to love running because when you're running, it's like you're part of nature. You get into this like
yeah.
almost animalistic mindset of like, when like our forefathers used to be hunters and gatherers and used to run for their food. And it feels so amazing to like feel that again and to almost feel connected to your ancestors.
Yeah, and it's something that, like, when you are living, you know you're living,
Yes.
right? There is this feeling, this rush, this energy that runs
Mm-hmm.
through your body. Like, when I'm in nature, I'm like, oh, it's so good. When I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing things that I love, I feel so good. Like, my heart just, I just
Yes.
expand. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
feel, that I expand. And that's the feeling, if you want a life full of purpose, that's the feeling that we should look for, right?
Yes.
So it's not the $1 million job, because it is proven that money is not going to make you happier.
Yeah.
There's also, I cannot name names, but there's like a study. You can look it up online if you would like. After you achieve a certain security when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
money, it really doesn't matter,
That's
right?
right.
It
Yeah.
doesn't make you happier, because I understand, of course, if you don't have like a normal paycheck, if you cannot pay for your house and everything. Oh my God, I do understand. You're not happy. It's
Yeah.
not cool not to have money. uh I have been, through situations when I had no money. I didn't know how I was going to pay my bills. I was just like praying for a solution, and it sucks. But then it's also proven that when you get to a certain level of stability, money isn't doing any, it's not going to help you a lot with your mental health. It's just like you got your security needs covered. That's it. More money won't make any difference. You will have more shiny things, that's for sure. But it's not like you will feel more in tune with life with all the money that you have. And there are really like studies. I saw this like probably a year ago, so I don't remember the studies, but just Google it. You will find the studies online. It's science. It is true.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think the difference is like, are you experiencing life right now and you never want the moment to end because you're having so much fun and you're enjoying everything and you're full of life? Or are you going through a situation where you're just waiting for the next thing? You can't wait for the event to finish so you can move on. So I think that's how you can tell whether you're fully present in the moment and enjoying it.
That's so cool. You know what? It's been happening to me that I don't want to go to bed because I'm so happy. I don't want the day to end. Can you believe
I like
this?
that.
Like I feel exhausted. And I've been working with some women on my coaching program. And it's like, I feel so pumped that it's like 11:30 p.m. and I'm like, I don't want to go to bed. I really don't want, I just love my life right now, like so much. And especially knowing that I'm going to do something different in the morning because, I'm transitioning. So I'm doing a bunch of stuff in the morning. It's chaotic in the morning, during the day. And it's like, I don't want to go to bed. It's so crazy. It's so crazy that you mentioned that because it's happening to me. Not every day though, everybody. I wish. I wish. Well, I wish. I don't. What the hell? No. Life is like this. You have very happy moments, and then you have, low moments. You need to balance it out, right?
Yeah. I agree.
I was listening to Sadhguru's podcast the other day.
Okay.
Sadhguru is amazing. I love him so much. And someone was asking, like, no, he was telling a story of someone who asked him, like, Sadhguru, can you bless us and help us so we don't have more problems and, the problems disappear and all the suffering disappear. And his answer was like, why should I take this from you? Like, you are here to live, right? Right?
Yes.
That's life. So why would I take this from you? Like, it's impossible. We need that to grow and to figure out why we're here, right? Because if I haven't been through so many things, I wouldn't guess what I'm supposed to do, right?
And sometimes it's our struggles that put us on the path to our life purpose, and that's when we discover like what we're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely. I remember when my ex broke up with me, I was like, oh my God, this is so terrible, blah, blah, blah. And now I see that, wow, it was the obvious thing to happen. Like it was the obvious thing, right? It had to happen. I wouldn't be here for sure where I am in life right now. So yeah, blessings in disguise, right?
Yes, it's so true. What would you say are some of your dreams?
My dreams. I don't know. I don't see them more as dreams. I see them more of visions.
Okay.
As visions. I want to live a lifestyle where I'm chilled, I'm close to nature. I don't need to work as much, but it's not like I'm making tons of money. It's just I have enough to live,
Yeah.
And I'm helping my women, and I'm doing yoga, and that's it. That's what I aspire. That's my vision for life. That's totally my vision. It's not even a dream because I know I'm going to get there. You know what I mean?
Yes. Well, because sometimes like our dreams are like places that we're supposed to go, or maybe they show us places like don't want to go. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes we think we want something and it's a dream, and then when it happens, you're like, I didn't really want this, or I
Yeah.
didn't want what it represented.
Mm-hmm. I think that I probably changed from dream to vision because I had a lot of dreams, about being like this well-known coach and this person who speaks some with so and so. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I saw those more as dreams. I see these things more as dreams, right? I
Yeah.
still carry those like inside me, but it's not like if they don't happen, I really don't care.
Yeah.
I just care about achieving a certain lifestyle. That's what I care, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I do have those dreams. Yeah, I do have those dreams, but I rather focus on my vision. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but my vision is also a dream, right? Because it's something that I don't have yet and I want to achieve.
Yeah.
It's just that I like calling it a vision
I
because
know.
it's
I
more
like what you
real.
said.
The feeling,
Yes.
right? The feeling is like I
Yes.
have a vision and I have a dream. Sounds like, oh, you know, a vision makes you act on it, at least for me.
Yeah.
I'm a
No,
wordy
I agree with
person.
you. I think that's so true. I think
Yeah.
for me, one of my visions is really like I want to have my own healing center, and it doesn't have to be like widely popular where it has like 50, 100 people coming every year or like every session. It can be small and intimate, but I wanted for people to come there to feel like relief of their problems and to
Mm-hmm.
feel accepted and whole and at peace with themselves and to be able to walk away. And so even if you can change one person's life, I feel like that's enough. So I like what you said. You don't have to be like a well-known coach or speaker, but if you can impact one person's life, I think that's what's important.
I mean, and that's amazing. And that's I think that's when you see that it's actually your purpose.
Yes.
Because you give zero F's. You are like,
Mm-hmm.
I help this person. Yes, let's
Yes.
go, because uh, you lose the attachment to
Mm-hmm.
the external results.
Yes.
You are like, okay, so I help this person. Yeah. The other day I received a message from one of my clients, and it was such a sweet message. And I was like, this is everything.
Mm-hmm.
This is everything. I don't need anything else. This
Mm-hmm.
is everything. And the reason why I'm trying to make the transition is because that's all I want to do, and we need
Yeah.
money to survive. So, and if you follow me online, you know that I coach some people for free, and I
Yeah.
will, and I like this idea of launching a program and help and have like 2 or 3 people for free, and then the
Mm-hmm.
rest paid customers because some people don't have the money to actually pay for the services.
Yeah.
So I did it for different reasons, but now I'm like, yeah, that's actually a good thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm going off topic here, but I've just been so excited about this that I just that's the only topic I'm interested today.
I like that.
Let me ask you a question. So, I didn't have a lot of that, but I know that one person very close to me spoke about this, and I also saw it online, which is like when they're talking about work related to personal growth,
Mm-hmm.
yoga, healing services. Some people question the fact that you are asking money to do
Okay.
to give them the service. Like, what do you think about this, and what do you say to those people's?
Well, I think it's first of all, like to the people that are providing those things, they need to be paid because they're offering you a service, and that
Mhm.
service is their time, their knowledge, their skill, and their expertise. So
Yeah.
they need to be paid for that because they spend a lot of years training to get those skills and expertise. And not just that, but they're offering you at their time. And as a lawyer, I learned that your time is the most valuable thing that you have because
Yeah.
you're getting older, that's all you have, like that you value, like beyond your
Mm-hmm.
health is your time. And so people need to be compensated for spending time with you, offering their services.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other side, I would just say to those people, like the reason you want to pay them is that, or you want to do those services, is you want to spend money spent on yourself and healing yourself is never money wasted, ever.
No, ever. You're right. You're right. And it's like, Rich, Sorry, you were continuing. Go on, go
Yeah.
on.
So, what I would just say is that it's never money wasted when you spend time on yourself, because you're growing and you're healing, and it's like paying to go to the doctor, right? Like you go to the doctor to get a medication to feel better. It's the same thing. You're going to this person to get a service to start implementing those steps in your life to feel
Mm-hmm.
better. So it's just that instead of giving you medication, they're giving you different steps you can do to heal. And once you follow those steps on those activities that they prescribe, you're going to feel better. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing, like you pay your doctor, so why would you not pay this person?
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And it's just like, I love that you use the doctor's example because, like, doctors, they are doctors because they like to help people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we don't question why the doctor is asking for money, right?
Exactly.
So, why would you question a coach, a yoga teacher? And it's like, and on top of that, if they don't earn money, then how do they survive? Like, how do
Exactly.
we pay our bills? Like, if I want to dedicate myself 100% to help you, to help everybody, like, who's going to pay for my bills?
Yeah.
My landlord isn't going to be like, oh, Erica, she's a healer. She's not paying rent. I wish, but what, that's not what happens. But it's just like there's this idea that spiritual people shouldn't charge for their services. And it's just
Yeah.
like, and even myself, I was embarrassed to charge for money
Mm-hmm.
at a certain point, and you were like, you have to start charging
Yeah.
for your services. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
You have to start charging eventually. And I'm like, yeah. But yeah, but I know better now, and it's just like, you are right, it is my time. I have spent thousands of money, but like thousands. Seriously, if I sit down
Mm-hmm.
thinking about all the money they have spent in trainings,
Yeah.
travelings, uh, hours of life, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The other day, I found like this document from 2017 with 286 pages of
Wow.
work,
Mm-hmm.
286 pages of when I started my journey and all the exercises that I've learned and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, like I was working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it is true. Totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So, so your motivation, your vision, it's pretty much to align your purpose with your work, right? That's one of your
Yes.
goals. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my God. I wish we had a perspective of someone that does not align their work with their goal, with their
Yeah.
purpose, because that's also doable, right? Not everybody can be like Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? People
Yeah.
should watch Soul, Soul. It's a movie from Disney. It's all about life purpose. It's the
Uh-huh.
second time I mentioned it on this podcast.
Yes,
They
it's
are not
good.
paying me. I'm not that special. Um, but yeah, it's a good movie and it makes you think about things. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So we want to hear from our audience, like always. What is your life purpose? What are your dreams? Do they align? And is your life purpose aligned with the work that you do today? And if not, what steps are you going to take to get to your life purpose if you know what it is?
Mm-hmm. Let us know in the comment section. And listen, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to our channel because we see you and some of you are not subscribed. So what
Yes.
are you waiting for?
What are you drinking this morning or
I
this
am
afternoon?
drinking this afternoon for me. This is so beautiful. Yesterday I sent a message to a contact from Bali, remember?
Ah, yeah.
And she was like, good morning. And I'm like, it's 10 p.m. uh, I'm drinking mauve tea, mauve like the flower, MAUVE.
Okay.
It's good for your throat. I've been teaching nonstop.
Yeah.
On top of it, I coach. On top of it, I do podcasts. So I need something for my throat. Like, seriously.
I'm drinking Country Passion Peach.
What's that?
It's just a peach tea. It's really nice.
Mm, sounds
Very
good.
yummy.
I need to buy new tea. I'm bored of my teas right
We need a
now.
tea sponsor. We need a tea
Yeah,
company to sponsor
yeah.
us.
Where are you? Where are you? Maybe Yogi Tea will sponsor us because, well, not today, but usually we're drinking Yogi Tea. Uh, so yeah, that's it, everybody. I'll see you next week.
Bye.
Adios.